Alright guys, I'm making this video. It is the 6th of March, but it's 67, 68 degrees today. And I had a guy ask me a question about the rough country lift and what kind of skid plates you are stuck using, because he asked about the factory ones, and obviously you can't reuse the factory ones. The only factory one I reused is the one here up here that covers the top piece. That's factory, and it has my train horns on it, but that's the only factory one you reuse. It's just plastic. They give you metal, you know, nice thick plates, and they give you a big one that covers the entire from side to side skid plates, one up here to protect the steering and the other one to protect the differential and stuff. And it's not really structural per se, but I think having it on there, because that's a huge plate that goes to the back control arm drop, because this is the front arm drop here for the lower control arms, and the rear one, it connects to both of them together. I think it adds a little more structural integrity to it, you know, myself. But it all comes with the rough country kit. And then you got your brackets here for the upper control arm drop, so it doesn't push your wheels way out like the spindle drops does, which is nice because, you know, my tires don't stick out way far. And I know a lot of people like that look, but I don't, because it, you know, just throws shit all over your paint and all over your whoever's behind you's windshield. And, you know, I'm not one of those kind of guys who likes to beat up other people's cars, let alone my own, by throwing stones everywhere. So the more I can keep them tucked into the fender, the better. Hopefully the wind isn't too much for you guys today, because it's really windy today. And looks like I'm gonna need a new CV shaft here. That torn. That's great. They're only 2 years old. But yeah, they give you everything in the kit, and a lot of people knock rough country, but you know what? If you're not doing serious off-roading, they're really just as reliable as any other lift, but they're cheaper. You know, $1,000 versus $2,000 for the same thing. And some people say, oh, it's cheap Chinese shit, but the problem is they're manufacturing the lift parts in Tennessee. Okay, so that's, you know, US, not China. I know the shocks that I have that I never put on, because I'm running the Skyjacker shocks. They ride a lot better. They're a lot smoother ride. But the Skyjacker shocks, I don't know where they were made, but I know the shocks they made in China, which is odd for a company that says everything's manufactured in the US. But I know that the steel, all this metal, I mean, look at how thick. That's the lower control arm drop bracket. Look how thick that is. It's thicker than the factory steel of the frame. So, you know, if it's thicker than the factory steel that the frame come with, you know, it can't be all that wimpy. And last year I posted that video after I hit that curb. And I mean, I wailed on that curb at 15 miles an hour. The whole truck lifted up over that curb and it marked up both the tires, and that's all it did. I mean, I did have to replace that wheel bearing on the right side, but it was already going bad. I was already getting an ABS code for it, so it turned out to be loose anyway. But I just had the alignment checked and everything was perfect. So as far as taking hits, they can even take a decent sized hit, you know. And I don't do any off-roading at all. You know, I may go do some muddy roads, but I don't do serious rock climbing or anything like that with this thing. You know, it's my work truck, so it's gotta stay together. But I just wanted to put this video out, especially for the subscriber who asked for the content, that it comes with 2 skid plates itself for the one you have to remove, and then when you drop it, you have that open area when you drop it. So you have this open area here, so they give you one to cover here, and they give you a big one to cover everything instead of just that little one from the factory that just covers the four-wheel drive or the front differential. And that wind is really, I apologize for the wind. It's like super windy. It's always that way. We can have a 70 degree day in the middle of February, but it'll be windy as hell, even though it's warm. And I want to show you guys one other thing before I go, and that's one of my best friends made me a vinyl sticker to support my cancer. And there it is. Purple is the cancer color for my cancer, and it says I refuse to lay down for cancer on it, which I am refusing to lay down. I'm continuing my treatment. I've done the original 12 treatments that they asked me to do, and then they extended it. So I'm going to keep doing them until they tell me, until we get the results they're looking for of shrinkage. And before Christmas, my last CAT scan showed that there was no new growth, which was a good Christmas present for me. And I just had one last week, so as soon as I see the doctor again, we're going to see if it shrunk at all. And if it shrunk, then we're going in the right direction, and I'll continue my chemotherapy treatments and everything. But I appreciate all the support you guys give me with this cancer, because it's really tough to deal with. It really takes it out of you. But hopefully this was a little enlightening for you guys. With any questions about the lift kit, you can do it yourself if you have a little bit of mechanical inclination and the tools, because I did it right here in my driveway where the truck is parked right now, and I did it myself. It took me 16 hours, but you know, that was myself with just my tools here. And so it's possible to do it yourself if you have that kind of motivation. Otherwise, you're going to pay a shop to do it. But it's totally doable. The only thing you want to do is not take that differential down in the front by yourself. I had a friend help me do that. So until I start my videos up in the spring, it's going to be, you know, 2 or 3 more weeks. But I'm going to put this out today so that that guy who asked for the information has it. So till the next one, y'all have fun. Like, comment, and subscribe.